Welcome all. Welcome. Welcome all. Welcome. Welcome all. I think Rod's in the middle going, what are they doing? Yo, Rod. Something's happening today. Something is happening today on Sunrise Extra. Our friend Nina, who is very good at keeping this ship on course, not here today. So I will tell all of you who are tuning in right here from the beginning, we're not going to go off the rails. We are starting off the rails.
Yeah, we are.
Sunrise Extra on a Friday, 1 week before Christmas, ahead of what really is the busiest holiday shopping weekend of the holiday season.
Correct.
Black Friday gets all the credit, right? It gets all the love, the big shopping day that is Black Friday. But that weekend before Christmas, as a collection of days, the busiest of the holidays.
I've got to get on the stream.
Hey, can I ask you
are
guys a question
stressing me
real quick?
out. Go ahead, Rod.
No, my question is, and so everybody knows we're on a bit of a delay, which makes this a little awkward with me being at home. I'll be back in the studio on Monday. But we were in Macys. They have a beautiful store in the Vancouver Mall. It's actually, I think, the prettiest Macys store in our entire area. But we were in the kitchen area, and I noticed the shelves are pretty empty. And so my question is, I wonder if people have noticed, are the stores as stocked as they normally would be, or are stores not as stocked this year for a number of reasons?
You know,
guys notice anything?
Well, I'll tell you what. Brendan knows the kind of mood I'm in because I just had a 3-minute conversation before Sunrise Extra. I'm kind of nutty this morning, Rod, so I'm not going to let anything go by lightly. You just made a bold statement. You said that Macy's store in Vancouver, the prettiest in the area. I'm curious how many Macy's you've been in the region that allows you to say that one is the prettiest.
Well, I've been in the Lloyd Center at Macy's.
Yes.
And I've been in
Washington Square.
Okay, that's it.
Based on my research of 2 Macy's, this one is the prettiest. He's just showing some of that Clark County bias. I know how you work, Rod Hill.
You are stressing me out, Drew, because you have been talking about Christmas shopping.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's fair.
And I have not started my Christmas shopping.
Now, there's a reason for that. You must feel like it wasn't necessary. Like you're okay with this. Why haven't you done it?
Well, we've been busy. You know, we moved into a new place and we've just been focused on unpacking boxes and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, Christmas is next Friday. So I'm off next week. Thank you, baby Jesus. And I'm going to get my Christmas shopping done then.
I will say, like, you come from a...
Well, tell us.
Go ahead, Rod. Delayed Rod. Go ahead.
I was going to say, tell us one thing on Jeff's list. Give us one thing that you think your boyfriend Jeff wants for Christmas.
I cannot, because sometimes he'll like kind of peruse on, online, and if he comes across me saying something, he didn't give me a list. So if I tell you one thing I may get him, I don't want to tip my hand.
Oh, okay.
You know, my wife gave me a list last year, I recall, and she gave it to me sort of like in piecemeal, but early on, like, she may have started putting things in my head early November. Okay. But there was a list, and I know that by the time I got to about this time last year, I had that 5 or 6 things that she had mentioned. Nothing off the wall, ridiculously expensive, but all like, oh, that would be a good gift. And I jotted it all down. I had it in my phone. I got everything on that list. Christmas morning, she wasn't surprised by anything. These were all the items that she had suggested I get her over the course of 6 weeks. But I think she was pleased that I actually followed through. Absolutely. And I was happy that she had things to open from me that I knew she wanted and enjoyed. I didn't get any kind of list this year. I thought maybe I should ask her. Then I was like, no, I think she's doing this on purpose. I think she wants me to figure it out on my own. So far, I've chosen not to figure anything out, and I've gotten her nothing so far.
Well, you still have a whole week. My cute little nerdy daughter, I say that lovingly, you know what she wants and what she's making? A worm bin for compost. She's like begging me to take her to Lowe's or to Home Depot so she can put together, you get these red wiggler worms and you make a box and then you feed them fruit and vegetables and little food scraps, and they're going to make some awesome compost for our garden this year. And that is the top of her list of things that she wants.
Brenda, she should hang out with my 13-year-old twins because we had this already like 2 months ago. The boys were picking up those like fuzzy wuzzies, those the furry caterpillar types.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
No, that's
Rod knows.
not the thing.
And they kind of, they're usually like black with a red stripe around them.
Sure, caterpillars.
Well, yeah. Are they all fuzzy?
Yeah.
I thought that was a special breed of caterpillar. Yes. The fuzzily wuzzily. anyways, they were picking these up. They were collecting them all around the neighborhood. They were bringing them home. They were putting them in this like plastic container we had gotten them. They were feeding them the grass and other grass. And then eventually I realized, like one day I was like, hey, when's the last time you went outside and checked on those fuzzily wuzzilies? Caterpillars, if you will. And they're like, oh my gosh, we haven't done it in a few days. I was like, why don't you just set them free at this point? You know, let them go back and enjoy nature the way they were. But it's just funny you would say that, Brendan, because we were in that situation.
But wait a minute, what were they doing with the caterpillars? These aren't caterpillars, they're worms.
Oh, your daughter wants worms.
Yes, she does. Sounds strange, but she does, because they turn the produce into compost. They're worm castings. Does any of this make sense? We are so far off topic.
Wow.
Nina!
Here's a problem. Are you having the same issue, Rod or Brenda?
Can't you just buy compost? Come on, just buy compost.
I
Can't
know,
you buy
she's
it?
a sustainable. She wants to decrease food waste.
I'm getting nothing on the Facebook. My internet on the phone is not connecting in the studio, Brenda. So I've got that circle of nothingness going on my phone. So I can't even read the viewers' comments right now.
can. I'm going to get back on track. My apologies, people. I just am all discombobulated.
That's okay.
Tina Carlson. So we're talking. Did we even say what our topic was?
It's a threefold
Favorite
topic.
Christmas songs and what else?
Well, let's go with number one being what we've talked about so far. How is your holiday shopping going so far?
But I'm seeing a lot of. I'm going to start reading. I'm going to do.
Number two, though, was favorite holiday song. That's fine, Brenda.
Tina Carlson says White Christmas with Bing Crosby. Yeah, that is old school. Yeah. I love that. Can't go wrong. Yeah. Let's see what else.
It's funny that we're 10 minutes into this, basically, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. But yes, that is probably the most answered question. It's the one that the three of us haven't even talked about yet. Favorite holiday songs. Last week when you were off, Rod, Chris McGinnis filled your shoes. Did a darn good job of it, by the way, that Christopher McGinnis.
I know.
We always love him, right?
He's better than I am.
No, I didn't say that, but we liked it when you and Chris were all on the Sunrise Show. We were all here together.
No, I miss you guys. I miss Chris.
But Chris, Brenda, and I did movies last Friday. That was a bunch of fun. People told us their favorite holiday movies. Today, one of the things we're asking for, favorite holiday song. Do you have more, Brenda Braxton?
I do. I don't know this one at all. Are you punking us, my friend, Willie Huey?
Probably.
Favorite Christmas song is
Willie.
Don't Shoot Me, Santa. Absolutely terrific by the Killers. Yeah. Well, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I know the band, and that sounds like a song that they would produce. So I'm going to say Willie is not pulling our leg, and that is a legitimate holiday song.
Steve, oh yes, greetings from Puerto Vallarta. Oh, Mexico. I love it. Let's see.
Did you see the upside down Christmas tree update? I lost that. I just lost a comment. But remember we showed that upside down Christmas tree hanging from the ceiling?
Yes.
Was that last week we showed that? And I saw apparently the person who did that, they say a couple weeks now and there's no pine needles on the floor yet. So they got a really healthy Christmas tree. Apparently.
Interesting.
If people aren't familiar with this, yes, there was a family. We featured them on the show. They actually took their Christmas tree and they nailed it on boards to the ceiling of the room. And we were amazed because for a couple of reasons. A, that they went through the trouble to do that. Two, it was a real tree. And I'm thinking, how the heck are they going to water a tree that's hanging upside down over the course of a month? But they said no needles have fallen yet. Amazing.
That's interesting. Drew, Andrea has a gift suggestion for you for Mia. She says, buy your wife an anniversary ring, like an added band for the wedding band. That'd be pretty. Drew.
Oh, that sounds expensive.
Right.
That's what means, Rod.
I think she would love that.
How much will that cost? Hey, you know what? I kind of, we did get the Peloton bike, as you know, for my wife, and got that for her 40th birthday. Not because I thought she needed it, because she said she wanted it because she hasn't been going to any gyms like many people here in the last few months. And she is loving it, by the way.
Nice.
I'm not here to endorse Peloton, but I can tell you right now, my wife is absolutely in love. And she just told me yesterday she's never going to have a gym membership again because this thing is way too convenient. Wow. It's working. She feels great, she says. But I said, hey, at the end, we were just texting back and forth when I was at work. I said, hey, happy birthday again, ... and Merry Christmas. As if to say, that might have been both gifts. That may have been a little bit, it's an investment.
Did she respond to that?
Yeah.
No. But she wasn't mad when I got home either.
Okay.
There was still love in the air, so maybe.
Jake Moe says, all I want for Christmas is my favorite Christmas song. Tracy Chambliss says, not my favorite, but a good one, Santa Baby. That is a good one. And then Marilee says, Oh Holy Night.
When listening to Santa Baby, if that's your favorite, whose version of Santa Baby do you like best? Because I know it's been done a few different times. Madonna did it. Didn't she do a cover of that, Brenda?
Did she?
I think so.
I'm going with Eartha Kitt.
I have an all-time favorite of mine. Like, no doubt about it. When the holidays roll around, this is the song I want to hear. When I do hear it, I feel like the holidays have arrived, and I can't hear enough of it during the holidays.
What is it?
It is Santa Claus is Coming to Town by, who would you guess? Which version of this do you think I like best? You got it, Rod.
The Boss.
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. It's a live cut. Yeah. They pull it off of a live Bruce Springsteen album from back in the 70s. Clarence Clemens on the saxophone, who's no longer with us. He passed away, but he was the man on the sax, right? And he's got that terrific saxophone solo in the middle of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I love that song.
Ooh, Diane says, Mary, Did You Know by the Pentatonics. I love them too. They're
yes.
so good.
Yes.
Oh, favorite present, because that was also what we ask. What is your favorite Christmas present? And she says, as well, Diane says, a trip to Hawaii. It's a good one.
That would be a good one.
What's your favorite present, Drew?
Well, we also said worst. We said best or worst. So
best or worst.
You I'm not getting anything. I've seen nothing on the phone. I couldn't even remember the questions. So yes, it was all-time favorite holiday song, best or worst Christmas gift, and are you done with your holiday shopping? Answer any or all of those. I'm kind of buying time here, Brenda, because I can't think of my all-time favorite or my all-time least.
Steve Pierce, I can't say it. I'm not sure which it is. Tequila for all this year.
I wouldn't complain if that showed up as a present from anyone.
Straight up. Say again, Drew. Sorry.
I wouldn't mind that showing up from anyone this year. If I received that tequila from anyone I know, that I would think that was a great gift. Rod, since I'm coming up empty on best gift ever or worst gift ever, honestly, I never remember getting a gift and saying this stinks. I kind of like everything that comes my way. What is your favorite or least favorite gift, Rod?
Okay, my favorite, I'm going to go way back. I'm guessing I would have been, oh boy, maybe 6 years old. And when I was a kid, my parents, they would wrap presents that they gave us, and then we get up Christmas morning and they would have unwrapped assembled toys, and those were the ones that Santa left. So one year I was a big Johnny West, which was kind of like G.I. Joe's, but Johnny West was a cowboy figure, but kind of like G.I. Joe, just cowboys. And there was a buckboard that Johnny West rode in, and they gave me the buckboard, and it was all set up with the horse, and Johnny was in the seat. And that will always be my favorite Christmas gift.
That's awesome, Rod. And then you helped jog my memory. Because since you went way back in time, I thought maybe that's what I need to do. Sure enough, I now recall. Probably Christmas 1980, 6 years of age, just after the Empire Strikes Back came out, I got the Death Star. That was from the original Star Wars movie, that big, Death Star station that the bad guys were on and that the good guys blew up at the end. But I remember when I was 6, after Empire Strikes Back came out, I asked for that Death Star big space station thing, and sure enough, that was under the Christmas tree that year.
See, if I'm going way back, I was a Barbie girl. I got a Barbie camper and Malibu Barbie, like the dune buggy, in heaven. My 7-8-year-old self loved that. Monica says, worst present, I guess. My mother-in-law thought I was a bad housekeeper and bought me those pans that go under the burners on the stove.
Hey, you know what?
That's funny.
Those will save you some cleanup.
You know what? I think my mother-in-law once got me one of those clothes hangers, like that you can put in the house. Mother-in-laws are practical.
Yeah, my mother-in-law got me the bag. She probably a decade ago, she got me the bag I still carry to work and hold my laptop in and some of my paperwork. It's been bringing the same bag to work for 10 years. I can tell you the strap is holding on by a thread at this point. I mean, it is about to go, but I'm not giving it up. And if you're listening, dear mother-in-law, that was a great gift 10 years ago. It would be a great gift again in 2020.
Every decade. Virginia Carlson says, best gift ever. iPod preloaded with my tunes. That is good.
Oh, that is good.
Worst gift. The year everyone thought I loved black and white cows, and every gift was cow-themed.
Oh, I remember when that was a thing, right? Those cows, it was like a year or two. Yeah.
Andrea Gale says, favorite Christmas present is high-end tack for my horses.
Oh, my wife would like that too. My wife is a horse lover. What were you going to say, Rod? Cassie,
our producer, she said her mom surprised her. So is that, I lost the comment, but it sounded like she was talking about her mother. She wasn't thinking her mom would be able to visit her, and she did, which would be a wonderful surprise.
That is. Right? I love
Yeah.
that.
No, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's telling me in my ear right now, Rod, that Cassie, who happens to be, like myself, a huge Philadelphia Phillies fan. I don't know if you realize that, Rod and Brenda, about Cassie, our producer. She likes the Phillies, loves the Phillies. And how long ago was this, Cassie? Did you leave the room? A minute ago you were all in my ear. Now you're how?
She said she was 13.
Okay, so when she was 13 years old, oh, is it written down there, Brenda? Do you have it?
No, she just told me to.
When she was 13, she asked for a Jimmy Rollins baseball jersey. Jimmy Rollins, former National League MVP in the year 2007. She asked for it, right. and then I still don't know what happened. Rod, you saw the comment maybe. Did she not get you the gift, Cassie?
Is she talking to you?
So she asked for it for several years. Her mom admitted to her that she wasn't getting it for several years because it was too damn expensive. And then finally, I guess when the price dropped, probably when Jimmy Rollins retired, Cassie got that Jimmy Rollins jersey. And that, my friends, is really the meaning of Christmas.
There you go. Joshua Madrid, good morning to you. Happy Friday, brother. Santa's Got a Bag of Soul by the Soul Saint Orchestra for funky vibes. Colorado Christmas by Nitty Gritty Dirt Band for feel-good music. Wow, you're going back there. And then Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses for Best Popular Song. I need to look up some of these bands.
That's the thing. When we started doing this, I had this desire to hear the songs that you're talking about, right? So I don't know, Cassie, as you're back there in the booth, if you could maybe just Google a little Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I don't think we have the rights to play that whole thing, but I think we're entirely okay if we just kind of show a snippet of the boss on stage, maybe wearing a Santa Claus hat, singing with Clarence Clemens on sax, beating out some belts, or belting out some beats. Talking about Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Rod, where'd you go? There he is. He's back.
I'm here. Yeah.
I looked up and saw a missing box.
I keep losing my comments, but I had one viewer tell the story about, I think it was her brother, who surprised them. Came home from being in the service. You know, we always show those stories, right? Dad comes home, he's in the Army, he comes home and surprises the family. We had a viewer, I'm losing the comments, but we had one of those stories, which is really awesome. I love those stories.
That is so good. Oh, I hear it.
Rod, I tried to do you just now because they saw me, but we're hearing you. I tried my best to lip sync what you were saying. Now we got the boss.
Okay.
Hey, Dan!
Hey!
You guys know what time it is?
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas time, boss. It's Christmas time.
Do we have the rights to play that song?
What?
It's Christmas time, Bruce.
Oh, Christmas time.
Yeah, Christmas time.
I think we can't do any better than the boss. Shall we say goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Keep going, boss.
Bring your new saxophone ready. Yeah. Everybody out there been good? Or what?
Yo, we've been good, Bruce. We've been good.
Oh, that's not many. Not many. You guys in trouble out here. Yeah.